Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So this is episode 5 of the Bulenox series, tracking my progress to hopefully earn my first ever payout. If you didn't see episode 4, I did submit the payout on Monday this past week, and I will not have any updates on that payout until May 21st, the following Wednesday. So I had to pretty much wait a total of 9 calendar days, 7 trading days before the payout's going to be processed. So it's been a very long, trying week. And in the midst of waiting for that payout, I was still trading some of my master accounts, and unfortunately, I went through a bunch of blows and it just was not good for me in Bulenox. So with that being said, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about the week. So going into today specifically, I did trade this brand new master account, and I wasn't planning to, genuinely. I just wanted to trade it because I realized, based on my calculations on the calendar, if I trade today, and then for the next 9 trading days, by May 30th, I should be able to request the payout that time, should this account still be alive. And then they should be able to process the payout the first week of June, that following Wednesday. Instead of waiting 9 calendar days like I am now, if I traded today, then I would only wait like 2-3 days for them to process it the next Wednesday. I hope that made sense, but that's why I decided to trade the account today. And honestly, price action was not too bad. So I'm kind of glad that I traded today when I did, and that's why I was able to lock in $558 on this new master account. Very thankful for it, very happy for it. Let's move on. So really quick, this is the master account that I submitted the payout for on this past Monday, which was the 12th. And this is like the report that is given by Bulenox. So I figured I just wanted to show you guys what all of it's looking like. So I did 10 active trading days, and then I haven't placed any trades until today for a flip day. So that's why it just says 10 active trading days. And then, the 13th, 14th, 15th, the last 3 days, I didn't place any trades. And today, the 16th, by end of day, this dashboard should update, and then it will show 11 days traded, I think. But my consistency rules underneath the 40%, which is awesome because the most I made was 1245. You'll see my account balance is all the same since when I last showed you guys. And then after today, I took like a $12 loss on the flip, so it's going to be adjusted again. And then this is what my PnL commissions were. And then this is the account balance, and then the safety threshold of, I think, $50,000 or $52,600 is the safety threshold that is required in the account when you submit a payout. So kind of talking now about my week, honestly, it was a bit challenging. After Monday, so coming into Tuesday, I was able to trade okay, but then Wednesday the 14th and then Thursday the 15th was really, really hard. I just was not good with the choppy the choppy range that we were facing at New York Open until like later on in the morning after 8 a.m. PST or so is when price was actually starting to make moves. And that's when the real move, in my opinion, was starting to happen. So then if I just waited a bit longer past the chop, I could have participated and been able to execute better. But instead, I just kept kind of planning ahead and like front running the range breakouts, and clearly that's not going to work, and it didn't, like over and over and over again. So eventually I lost a few of the accounts, and let me go ahead and actually pull those up on the screen right now. So this is the results from May 14th, and then I'll show you May 15th right after. But you'll notice that I have a negative around $600 for the 3 of the 4 accounts. The top one, Stay Locked In, is the one where I requested the money from, so it will always show 0 up until today, May 16th. But for 3 of the accounts, I hit my daily loss limit of the 600 I placed. Some of it ran a bit over, but that's just normal. Like, I don't know if it's slippage or maybe it's the platform, but it tends to go over the 600. It's not always exact. Even this one, it's only over $3, but the other one's like 70 something and $42. So it went over a little bit, totally fine, whatever. But at this point, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not emotionally feeling in pain. I'm not mentally not thinking clear. Like I'm fine. I'm totally fine to continue to trade. Let me try this out. So I decided to trade 1 of my accounts and then 2 of my accounts. The 3rd one I did not touch. So you can see that the Be Smart number 2, I was able to trade well. The confidence was there, the clearness was there. Brought my account from that negative 600 something back to the 142. For the next account, I ended up losing the whole thing because I was too overconfident that if I did it once, I could do it again. And so I was just playing too much in this choppiness. I started to size up to 3 contracts for no reason when there was no setup that was clear enough for me to even size that heavy into. And from there, it just, everything went downhill. The trailing drawdown went against me, obviously. And on top of that, I just was not seeing any clear setups for me to execute on. So I was just trading just to trade, and that's not really a real reason to trade. So first mistake, as always, is that repeat offense that I talked about from episode 2 of removing the daily loss limit. In some cases, it'll work, like on this first account, and other cases it won't, like the second account. And the second lesson, of course, is to not even size into a position that doesn't need to be sized into, especially if it's not an A+ setup. So then, like I said, the last account I just didn't touch, just wasn't worth it. I wanted to try to save whatever balance I had left for the next day. So coming into the 15th, same thing happened as far as super choppy morning. And for those that were trading out there and commenting the same things, yes, it was such an ugly morning until after like 8 a.m. PST. That's when price was finally starting to make some movements, hitting the targets that I had on my charts. And at that point, just all these accounts went bye-bye. It was really a really tough pill to swallow because this was my, I want to say, 4th offense now of removing daily loss limit. And like I said, yes, there's times where it'll work like it did on the previous day, and there's other times where it won't. And that's why the daily loss limit is there for a reason. So I don't know how many more accounts I need to blow to get this through my thick skull, but I need to really cut back. And it sucks, as always, to have to be transparent and talk about losing accounts and not sticking to my discipline of the risk settings. But it happened, it happened. So what more can I do besides reflect, review, talk about it? But the next thing is that I have to leave it on there. And so I ended up losing 2 of the accounts from the day prior. I started a new master account, and I ended up losing that one as well. So it really was like a blow to the head, seeing all of this red as far as like losing the accounts go. Same issues, just really chopped up in the range before the range even broke out. And so definitely my fault for not recognizing price action to sit out for that moment. So after all this happened is when I stayed out until it was time to trade. And then I was able to trade well on my other prop firm accounts, but it always sucks having to lose some in the midst of it all. Even though I've accepted that this is part of like the prop game for me, but it always sucks having to lose the accounts. So that is what happened there with the last 2 days. And that's why today, the 16th Friday, so much better with the price action for me. I definitely executed a lot better. And that's why I was green across the board. I'm so thankful for it. But the last 2 days were definitely a lesson about how important risk management is and how important having your risk settings always on is as well. And that is a wrap on today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. The past 2 weeks or so of this Bulenox series has been nothing short of fun, and it's been nice to be able to talk with you guys, engage with you guys, and address any questions and comments you have. Literally a few days away from having that money hit my bank account, and of course when it does, the withdrawal video will go live. I think I may go ahead and pause on any more future episodes until that payout hits, and then we can determine if the series should continue or maybe it's time to call it quits. I don't know, we'll talk about it. But until then, appreciate all of you. I wish you nothing but the best and the most success in all that you do, and I'll see you all in the next video.